Welcome to Clue, Criminal Law for UK Enforcement. When can police use force, and how far can they go? In the UK, officers can lawfully use force, but it must be justified. It must be necessary, proportionate, and reasonable. Let's break down the law, police powers, the national decision model, and what happens when things go too far. This video is about police use of force and when it can and cannot be used. Before we jump in, a quick shout out to @WasimaScar1295. This video was made at your request. Thanks for raising such an important topic. If you've got a question about UK law, drop it in the comments. You might see it covered next on Clue UK. Let's get back to the video. What is use of force? Police use of force means physical force or the threat of it, used while carrying out duties. This can include restraint, baton use, sprays, tasers, and in rare cases, firearms. But all use of force must be necessary, proportionate, reasonable. Anything else may be unlawful. Legal power. Section 117 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, 1984, PACE, allows officers to use reasonable force when exercising lawful powers like arrest, search, or stop and search. But reasonable depends on the situation and must always be justified. Lawful objective. When force is used, it can only be used to achieve a lawful purpose, such as making an arrest, preventing crime, protecting people or property. If there's no lawful aim, any use of force, even minor, becomes unlawful. Officers must never use force simply because someone is being difficult. Key terms to understand. Before we continue, we must understand the following terms. This way you will know if the force used is justified. The first term is necessity. This asks, was the force truly needed? Officers must show that force was necessary in the moment, that no less forceful option would have worked. If words or de-escalation could have solved it, they must try those first. Proportionality. This means the force must match the threat. A violent suspect may justify greater force, but excessive force, like using a baton on someone who's shouting, is likely unlawful. The more serious the threat, the more force can be justified, but it must never be more than needed. Reasonableness. This is judged based on what the officer knew at the time, not with hindsight. The key test is, would another trained officer, faced with the same situation, have acted the same way? Officers aren't expected to be perfect, but they must act fairly, using their training and facts available in the moment. If their actions go beyond that, the force may be seen as excessive or unlawful. Justification. Justification is the legal defense an officer must give for using force. They must show it was, based on legal powers, like PACE, necessary in that specific moment, proportionate to the threat faced. If they can't clearly explain why force was needed and reasonable, their actions may be judged as excessive or even unlawful. The National Decision Model, NDM. The NDM helps officers make lawful, ethical, and proportionate decisions, especially in high-pressure or fast-moving situations, such as when using force or when making an arrest. It includes 6 core stages. 1. Information and intelligence. 2. Threat and risk assessment. 3. Powers and policy. 4. Options and contingencies. 5. Action taken. 6. Review. When deciding to use force, officers apply the NDM to assess what's happening, what powers they can use, what options they have, what risks exist. NDM helps ensure the force is lawful and avoids excessive or rushed decisions. All force must also be recorded and reviewed. Police use different levels of force based on the threat they face at the time. This includes hand restraint, batons, irritant sprays, taser, and in rare cases, firearms. Note, only a firearms commander can authorize this and is used only if life is seriously at risk. No matter the type, all force must be lawful, necessary, reasonable, and proportionate, or it may be deemed unlawful. Use of force on vulnerable people. Force used against children, the elderly, or people with mental health conditions requires extra care. Officers must assess capacity and vulnerability. What might be reasonable for one person may be excessive or harmful for another. Extra caution is expected. Misconduct reviews. Police use of force is reviewed against law, policy, and training. Did the officer follow the NDM? Were their actions proportionate and recorded properly? Even if no crime is committed, unjustified force can lead to suspension, dismissal, or misconduct charges. Serious cases go to the Independent Office for Police Conduct, IOPC, which investigates and ensures accountability. Case law. In Robinson v. West Yorkshire Police 2018, officers tackled a drunken suspect in a busy street, knocking over 76-year-old Mrs. Robinson. The force used on the suspect wasn't excessive, but the officers acted carelessly and failed in their duty of care by ignoring the risk to nearby people. The Supreme Court ruled the police was liable when their actions harm innocent bystanders. Recap. Police can use force, but only when it's justified. It must be lawful, e.g., under pace, necessary, proportionate, reasonable. Officers must apply the National Decision Model, NDM, to guide their actions. If force is misused or not properly justified, it can lead to disciplinary action, IOPC investigation, or even criminal charges. Thanks for watching. If there's a legal topic you'd like us to break down, drop a line in the comment section below. We're here to make the law clear, practical, and easy to understand. If this helped, give it a like and hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more videos. Keep learning, keep overstanding. Know the law, understand the offense. See you next time.